Buffalo defensive back Damar Hamlin remains in critical condition after he collapsed on the field during last night's football game. For the latest on this story, let's bring in CP24's Jamie Goodfreund. And Jamie, this is a play that has shocked the sports world and beyond.
Yeah, and what was shocking to many people was that it looked like just a typical defensive play, but the latest information that we're hearing from the Buffalo Bills is that Damar Hamlin still remains in an intensive care unit at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center and is also still listed in critical condition. Now, the 24-year-old safety for the Bills collapsed yesterday in the first quarter of a nationally televised game versus the Bengals and suffered a cardiac arrest after making what appeared to be a routine tackle by the safety. Now, what was shocking was the scary scene that unfolded after when he stood up and he suddenly collapsed, which prompted immediate calls from nearby referees and other players calling for medical assistance. Fans in the stands watched medical officials seen performing CPR on Hamlin on the field, and even a defibrillator was reportedly used before he was taken into an ambulance and was taken off to the medical center. Now, players were visibly shaken and emotional. You can see the teammates that were huddled together, and they took a knee to pray for Hamlin, while some were even seen tearing up watching their teammate and fellow football player essentially fighting for his life. Now, eventually, the game was postponed. We did get a statement from Damar Hamlin's family. It reads in part, "We are deeply moved by the prayers, kind words, and donations from fans around the country. We also want to acknowledge the dedicated first responders and healthcare professionals at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center who have provided exceptional care to Damar. Keep Damar in your prayers." Now, earlier today, we did speak with a Montreal cardiologist who shared some insight as to what he thinks may have triggered Hamlin suffering a cardiac arrest.
When you suffer a blow to the chest, often during sporting games, you often hear it described in terms of a baseball hitting like a pitcher in the chest, or in a situation like this where you have a blow, a tackle of some kind, that a blow straight over the breastbone, directly over where the heart is. If it happens at exactly the right moment, at exactly the right place, with exactly the right velocity, you can actually trigger an arrhythmia, because if it happens in that millisecond wide window when the heart is depolarizing, you can trigger an arrhythmia like ventricular fibrillation. And when that happens, your heart stops beating.
Prayers and well wishes for Hamlin's recovery have been pouring in online. Even a small group of fans were seen gathering outside the hospital last night and lit candles to show their support for the young Buffalo Bill player. We also know that the Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium, they showed their support by lighting up the building in blue, along with several banks in solidarity with Hamlin and the Buffalo Bills. And also Niagara Falls will be illuminated tonight in blue between 9 and 9:15. We can also tell you that a charity Hamlin supported has even received more than $3.8 million in donations in the wake of this tragic incident. And we also heard an update from the NFL. They have announced that the Bills-Bengals game will not be resumed this week, and as of now, there are no changes to the Week 18 schedule. But obviously a very scary incident that played out on national television. We're just hoping for his recovery.